Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new edition of Division Builds. Today we're going to be going over something unique and I found very useful in PvE or even in PvP. But before we hop into that, let's go over here and see if I can't get lucky with one of these encrypted caches. Got it. Oh well, we tried, right? But be sure to check out the link in the description below for Revolution Gaming, their Facebook community, most awesome non-toxic community out there on all things gaming, not just Division. Also, if you would like to enter in the console giveaway of a PS4 Pro or Xbox One S, then click on that green link and follow the steps and you'll be entered to win. But without further ado, let's hop right into this build. Now, first and foremost, I want to point out, as far as toughness wise, if you have a better Ninja Bike messenger bag, better than the one that I do, it is rolled correctly as far as firearms. It's low on armor, and in the major attribute spot, you would want health. So if I had such as this backpack or any other of these backpacks, then as you would see, your toughness will reflect around 290 to 292. So keep that in mind as we go through this build. But yes, we're utilizing the Ninja Bike messenger bag. As you can see, major attributes is skill power, but you want health in this slot. You do not want skill power, and then ammo capacity. And then in the mod slots, we have 267 firearms with skill haste and first aid self heals. Now the premise of this build is, as you can see, 3 Predator, counting the wild card Ninja bag. That makes 4-piece Predator, and as you can see, the Tactician mask accompany that with the Ninja bag that makes 2 Tactician. So therefore, you're going to get that extra skill haste. Now, you can mix and match different variations of this build. You do not have to have a vigorous chest piece such as this one. You can go with Barrett's chest. You can swap out even a Tactician and put a chest piece on and go with Pharaoh's mask. You can go with Tenacious mask. There's several different variations and ways that you could do this. You could even equip with some short bow knee pads instead, or even you can go with another Tactician if you would want, that extra percentage of skill power. But I, for one, really like the vigorous chest piece because even in PvP or PvE scenarios, it gives you that overheal. But let's jump right into it as I have it right here. Good base armor, good firearms roll, and as you can see, we have health and skill haste, and the minors, you have ammo capacity. You would want ammo capacity either on your chest piece or backpack, but best for both. And then the mod slots, we have firearms with skill haste on both. Moving on to the Tenacious mask, you see we have 1246 electronics. I would like to get that a little bit higher, but the RNG just was not good to me. And I probably spent maybe a little over 2 million trying to get higher than that. So finally I just gave up and would, twerk with it later. 996 base armor, good armor roll. And as you can see, 9785 skill power. And then the minor, 16% blind depth resistance. I'd rather prefer something else, but that will have to do. Moving on to the knee pads. Good armor roll, good firearms roll, major attributes, always health, and then the minors, damage to elites, increased kill XP, and bleed resistance. The damage to elites comes in handy on PvE situations, but for PvP, I prefer flame or fire resistance, bleed resistance, and shock resistance. Moving on to the mod slots, we have firearms and skill haste with a first aid self-heal. Now moving on to the gloves, 1250 firearms, 994 armor, and then we have major attributes of SMG damage, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage. Now, if you prefer running with an AR, you can change the SMG to an AR damage. Or if you're going for a complete skill haste build, you can substitute one of those for skill haste, but I'd rather have crit hit chance and the crit hit damage along with the type of weapon that I like using, and in this case, it is the SMG. Moving on to the holster, I wish I could have a better armor roll on this holster, but I have decent main stats across the board, 1239, 1259, and 1258 with 7% skill haste. Now moving on to the weapons. Lightweight M4, 22k base damage with brutal, focused, and fierce. And someone might say, why would you pick focused instead of more like adept or competent? I can re-roll that middle talent for competent or adept. But as we all know, that it is based on how frequently you can pop your skill. It is a skill-based weapons talent, so when you pop a skill, then it procs and activates, and that you can use competent or adept here. I just wanted to try something out with focused. As you can see, with no skills or on cooldown, your weapon damage is increased by 10%. So I wanted just to try it out, but by all means, since this is primarily based on skill haste, then competent or adept would work out well here. Preferably, I would go with competent in this slot. And as you can see in the third slot with fierce. Moving on to the weapons mods, we have magazine size, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, the trifecta on the optics with damage, chance, and headshot damage, and the muzzle crit hit damage, crit hit chance, and headshot damage, and the underbarrel stability and accuracy with 4.5% optimal range. Moving on to the Navy MP5N, 21.5k base damage with fierce, deadly, and vicious magazine size, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage. In the optics, we have crit hit damage, headshot damage, and crit hit chance. In the muzzle, we have crit hit damage, crit hit chance, and a little stability. And in the underbarrel, we have crit hit damage, stability, and optimal range. Now let's go over to the character sheet. As you can see, I'm 48% crit hit chance and 117% crit hit damage with 55% headshot damage. As you can see, damage to elites, I am at 14% on that. Skill haste, I'm at 44%. And skill power, 137.699. My survivability, 31.99% armor. My max health pool is 184k. But as I stated earlier, if you have a better Ninja Bike messenger bag, instead of skill power, you would want health on that. So that would raise that up another 12 or 13k. So that would reflect, say, 195 to 197k as your max health pool. So this is the build. You want to make sure you have health on your chest, your knee pads, and your backpack. So that toughness reflects not having health on the backpack. It has skill power instead. So therefore, the toughness would be actually higher if that was health. But this is what I call the Pred Authority build. You still get good bleed. You have 44% skill haste, so it does have survivability, especially if you have the right ninja bag. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just having fun with 1.7, trying out different variations and different things. You can mix and match so much right now. I'm just like a kid in a candy store when it comes just to theory crafting and coming up with new things. But as long as you have the ninja bike, some predator, if you don't want to go skill haste and want to go more damage, you can throw on a tenacious mask, even reckless. I just personally don't like reckless. Or if you have a Barrett's chest piece, you can put up there in the chest piece slot. Or like I said, if you want even more skill power, then just throw on another Tactician's Authority chest piece, such as the one that I do not have. I did have, but it did not have skill haste on it, and it had exotic damage resilience, and it would roll to stamina, so therefore it just did not fit the type of builds that I like building. But that's the build, guys. I hope you appreciate it. Leave your comments in the description below. I love getting in touch and touch base with all my subs out there, or just anyone that views my videos. So let me know your feedback, and if you enjoyed it, ground and pound that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and thank you to the existing subs already out there. We are trying to grow, so help grow with us, and we'll see you guys